All right, boys and girls. Today we're going to talk about Lesson 5 in Chapter 11, Convert Customary Units of Measurement. So before we go on to working out our problems from page 827, let's put down in our notes this reference right here. 1 pound equals 16 ounces, and 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. You're going to need these on hand in order to work out these problems. The first problem we're going to work out is number 9. We're going to figure out how many ounces do we have in 1 1/4 pound. Okay, I'm going to go to my whiteboard. Let's see here. So we have number 9 on page 827. 1 1/4 pound compared to ounces. There's a couple ways you could do this, guys. You could use your knowledge of fractions and compute the answer, and I'm going to draw on some of that knowledge in a more visual way. We know that 1 pound equals 16 ounces, right? So when we look at that whole pound, we know right away we're going to have at least 16 ounces, correct? Right. So all that's left is finding out how many ounces are in 1/4 pound. To do that, we're going to draw from our knowledge in our fraction tiles, and we're going to imagine that this block right here is 1 pound. Knowing that it's 1 pound, we also know that it's 16 ounces. So above this, I'm going to write 16 ounces. And I'm going to divide it into quarters. That's what my denominator indicates. All right, so I have 16 of something, and I need to think what times 4 is going to give me 16. What am I going to have 4 groups of that is going to give me 16? We know that 4 times 4 equals 16. And you might know that just from your multiplication facts, or you could work it out. You could go 4 into 16, and we know that equals 4. Okay, so there's going to be 4 in each quarter. How many quarters am I working with? 1. I'm going to shade 1/4, and that amount is going to be added to my 16 up here. So this 16 is my whole pound, and this 4 comes from the 1/4 pound, because I know from my drawing that 4 ounces is equal to 1/4 pound. Okay, so 16 plus 4 equals 20, and that's my answer. 1 1/4 pound equals 20 ounces. Good work. Next problem. Here we go, people. All right, now we're going to work out problem number 11. This is also on page 827. All right. 3/4 of a ton is equal to how many pounds? Oh, forgot how to draw a question mark. So we could do this a couple different ways. We could use our knowledge of conversions and fractions in order to compute the answer. And that would be set up something like this. You would go 3/4 times 2,000 over 1. But I want us to stick to the way that we're able to visualize fractions. So I'm going to draw my box again. And this box is equal to 1 ton. 1 ton, we know, is equal to how many pounds? 2,000, that's right. So this box is equal to 2,000 pounds. How many sections am I going to divide my 2,000 pounds into? I'm going to divide it into 4 sections, because remember that denominator determines the amount of sections we have within our whole. Those are our fractions. So I'm going to divide this into 4, how many pounds are going to go in each quarter? To simplify this, we can think of what is half of 2,000? Well, half of 2,000 is 1,000. So you know that this half over here is going to be 1,000. Well, what's half of 1,000? Half of 1,000 is 500, right? So we know that in each quarter, I'm going to have 500 pounds. Nice. How many quarters am I going to shade? That's what your numerator is going to tell you. I'm going to shade 3. 1, 2, 3. How many pounds do I have? 500 plus 500 plus 500 equals 1,500, or you can go 500 times 3. So my answer is 1,500 pounds. Okay, feeling good? Nice work, people. I'm going to clear my board, and we're going to work out problem number 12. After those two problems, this problem should feel pretty breezy. So number 12, we're comparing 7,500 pounds, it's a lot, to 4 tons. So how do you think you would do this? You could do it a couple different ways. For me, I like to work with the smaller numbers first. So I'm going to take my 4 tons, and I know that 1 ton is equal to 2,000 pounds. So in order to compare them, I need the units to be the same. Otherwise, I'm not going to end up with an accurate comparison. So I'm going to take 4 tons times 2,000. What do I get? 4 times 2 is 8. And then my remaining zeros, 8,000. What are the units I end up with that I'm trying to compare? Pounds. And that's really important, guys. The key here is we want to end up with the same units so that we can compare measurements accurately. That's really the point of all this. 8,000 pounds. So which is larger? 7,500 pounds or 4 tons? We know now that 4 tons is equal to 8,000 pounds, so 4 tons is greater. Good work. Let me know if you have any questions.